How's it going? And welcome back to the next deck in our starter series here for my Marvel Snap deck highlights. The starter series is all decks that contain only pool 1 and pool 2 cards. This means you are guaranteed to have every card in the decks in this series by the time you hit collection level 500, which takes a couple of weeks if you're free to play, or much less time than that if you're spending some actual dollar dues, getting some extra credits. For today, we have a deck I'm referring to as Chavez Midrange. Midrange decks in Marvel Snap are decks that are interactive and have individual high card quality. Chavez, in this case, is exactly that. She's a 6-mana card that provides 9 power worth of stats. It's a pretty great stat line, and you're guaranteed to always draw her on turn 6 and not before. This means she makes every other cheaper card in our deck more likely to be drawn on the earlier turn, since we're effectively drawing from an 11 card deck on turns 1 through 5, and she guarantees just a good body with great stats for that final turn. The other thing that composes mid-range decks is good interactive bits. So we've got Shang-Chi here, one of our key cards that flips up to destroy every opposing card with 9 cost power at his location, as well as Killmonger, who on reveal destroys all opposing 1 cost cards. Between Killmonger and Shang-Chi, you cover good interaction against a lot of decks in the format, ones that are either swarming the board or playing out individually large threats. Speaking of swarming the board, another great interactive card we have for this deck is the Sandman. Ongoing, players can only play 1 card per turn, so this is excellent against the discard decks looking to vomit their hand on the last turn with actual copies of Swarm. It's also really good against things like Deathwave. They're looking to make 2 individually big plays in the last turn when we can typically only make 1. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the match highlights that I have for you today. I think they do a good job of showcasing this deck against key metagame threats right now, such as the discard collector deck, as well as showing off just how the interactive bits end up playing out in different matches in profitable manners. Remember, if you enjoy this type of video, to tap that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I post deck highlights and other Marvel Snap news of all sorts here several times per week, and you wouldn't want to miss anything. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. All right. We've got the Wakanda curve here. We've got Okoye into Nakia on 2-3, which is great. And we're heading to the embassy, chat. Everybody gets a bonus. Vector's kind of scary. So every card we subsequently draw will have extra power. Ooh, Shang-Chi potentially deals with Collector down the line, which is nice. We've got one of our Okoye cards. Not a big deal. Okay, so I have to ask myself the question now. Do I think Sandman favors me or favors them? Do I think Sandman into Shang-Chi into Chavez wins this match? I think there's a good chance it does, right? This locks players only playing 1 card per turn. I'm gonna Sandman the Monster Metropolis and punt the embassy. Actually, this might be their collector is so small. We actually can't kill him with Shang-Chi. Probably just vision, right? Yeah, it's probably just play this large land out. I love some of the mouse over effects this game does. They're so great. They did draw a card from our deck with Cable, so I guess there's a small chance that there's a small chance they took our Chavez. They did not. So Vision gets to move each turn, so we can slide to the left here, and then we can Chavez to the right, and this should be a W, I imagine. I get to play 1 card with Sandman here. His effect is so good. The little animations of this game are so well done. Just a nice amount of polish. Haha! We won the tiebreaker clean. Nice. Alright, we've got Scorpion on 2. Clintar left. That might be a location we want to storm down the line. Oh, and we have Killmonger into their sunspot now as well. The downside to storming into Clintar is I can't claw into it later. So I think I'm going to storm right. Oh, they played right. Interesting. Okay, and now that they Morbius right, I think we're just punting the right side location, right? I think we're punting the right side location because long term we probably can't keep up with that. So I'm gonna Scorpion plus Killmonger here in the middle, clear out their sunspot. Hopefully they play into the flooding since we're giving up on that. Yeah, that's great. Oh, it's great for a variety of reasons. Huh. With Vision and Claw, we might actually not be punting the flooding now. The question is, do we take a second to Nakia here first? I think the answer is yes, because we obviously can't beat Dracula and Clintar. They did nothing this turn. Okay. Interesting. Sentinel is wonderful curve filler. Opponent has snapped. Sure. I mean, if they infinite us, we just Shang-Chi them, right? So Morbius is only gaining 2 more power here, right? So Claw here actually just does this on his own. So we can actually just do this. Right? And then we have 7 into the flooded. I guess if their last card discards a card. I guess they usually play Chavez, right? We're gonna lose mid. It's true. What if we Shang-Chi mid, Vision right? Because Chavez mid loses to their Chavez. Yeah. Okay, cool. Clean. Clean game. Nice. Yeah, and their deck's one of the better decks in the format right now. I think the discard collector deck is one of the stronger decks in the metagame at the moment. Versions of cards. No 1-drop. Pass the turn. Sentinel on 2 here. Fill the curve out. Everything sliding to the right, shit. So it doesn't really matter where I play the Nakia, she's gonna end up here. probably a game where we're not playing Okoye. We'll see what they do this turn. Depending on what deck they indicate they're playing, this might be a Sandman game. Okay, with Claw drawn, do we Sandman here? That looks like they're setting up to Death Wave, huh? I guess I could also Scarlet Witch the Bifrost here as a potential. I could like Scarlet Witch and Sentinel this turn and then potentially Sandman the following turn if it looks like they're going to wave. Yeah, I think I want to play 2 cards this turn. That's funny. New York ends up having a similar effect to the Bifrost. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna Sandman left here. I think there's a good chance they wave next turn. They killed 2 things, which means if they... Oh, they killed their Deadpool here too, so that's good. That's good for Sandman as well. Yeah, Sandman looking pretty reasonable here. Which location do I want to play into? Opponent retreated. Yeah, Sandman just locked him out. Nice. Good stuff. Really well. No 1-drop. We'll pass the turn here. Have Scorpion for turn 2. We'll play that into Nidavellir here in the center. You here? Scarlet Witch plus Okoye here. And then we have, like, Claw into Chavez or Vision into Chavez, depending on what they do. Really love to draw Shang-Chi to round things out. That's nice, yeah. Should likely win our center location. Then we can decide where we want to slide Vision to have the best chance to win. In some permutations of the way this plays out. We're definitely not a guarantee by any means. The fact that we have Shang-Chi makes me wish I would have spread out my my power in the center a little bit more to other locations, but it is what it is. I have a bunch of free swarms here, but those swarms are smaller on the right, so yeah, solid gambit. They just didn't play into the sewer system because swarm's not great there. So long, friends. Crunch. Love it. Our deck definitely seems to have play into the discard deck, which is one of the best decks in the format at the moment. Right in this case. All right, no one drops. Pass the turn. See if we can sneak Scorpion into the danger room, huh? Actually, this might be an Okoye angle. The cards in our hand are only okay. Okay. Sign me up. Then we'll have to decide, are we winning? And the turn 4, are we winning with the Sandman question? I think we might be. They haven't played a whole lot of anything out. We have either Claw into Chavez or Vision into Chavez. The Scorpion basically negates whatever their Forge was doing here. Yes, unless they play exactly what they drew for the turn. Huh? Yeah, we're definitely Shang-Chiing the Namor. The question is, what else are we doing after that? I kind of want to Shang-Chi Namor on the last turn, right? So I think I want to Vision this turn, and then we can adjust Vision depending on what they do where. So we do this, and then we do this, and then we're theoretically winning all of the locations, except if they play something here to make Omega Red huge. I guess is a liability. No, we don't lose to Onslaught. Have to be ahead by 10 power here. And Onslaught only puts them up to 10, and I have 5. So they need, wait, I have 5 here still. So they need 11, 12 power here, right? Because they can only play 1 card. So they need something like a Magneto here to get 10 above 5 to turn on Omega Red. Yeah, we're fine. We're good there. Another Sandman. Sandman claims another victim, chat. He's lovely. Chavez. Alright, so let's remember Chavez is gone. Won't be able to count on her on turn 6. Just gonna get left hanging. Some Morbin time here. Good God, man. Where do I even put Nakia? Where do I even put Nakia? Do I just like put her into Atlantis and then like plan to Shang-Chi there down the line? This is my favorite Morbius variant. Looks sweet. Yeah, the all detrimental locations for the most part are some of the more interesting games a lot of the time too, because like both players are dealing with it, right? It's not like just one of you is having to deal with what's going on. Scarlet Witch, the Jotunheim here. Just did nothing. Interesting. Oh, don't hit my vision. All right, deal. All right, so we go Shang-Chi here. Sentinel here. Call it a day. We won the tiebreaker by 1. We're up 6 here. They're up 5 here. What a silly game. Hey, thanks to one of the awesome folks that made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember, if you want to see more stuff like this here, smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm absolutely loving all things Marvel Snap, and I'd love to do more of this, and your support makes that possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back again real soon for more Snap content here on YouTube.